equity investing can be more beneficial than running your own business. Well, I don't say that, but this book, You Can Compound, definitely says so. Well, I've been reading this book recently and it's a wonderful read. If you are interested in stock markets or businesses in general, you should definitely give it a read. And well, also I'll be discussing the points which I myself read, and I've classified the points in my own manner, in my own order, for you to understand better that how can equity investing be better than a business, or more beneficial than running your own business. Definitely it's not talking about returns. You can make more in a business as well if your idea is good, or you can make more in investing as well if your understanding is good. So it completely depends on you, but we're just talking about the benefits or the perks or the flexibility that you get in investing. So without further ado, let's begin and let's understand these pointers. Let's start. So guys, as we discussed, we have some pointers onto why is equity investing better than a business, or how can it be more beneficial than running your own business. So let's understand. It's still not a statement, but we'll definitely look at it at the end of the video after discovering all these points. The first point that comes to my mind after reading this book is that scaling your portfolio is very easy while you're investing. So scalability is easier while investing than running your own business. Now, why is that so? Let's understand. See, if you are basically having a 10 lakh portfolio, and if you pour in more money and you make it a 1 crore portfolio, do you have to do any extra work? Just think of it. After putting in that money, when you have the portfolio size to now 1 crore rupees, do you have to do any extra work? Of course not. You have the same companies which you had at 10 lakh, you have to monitor the same companies. So portfolio is the same. Even if it changes a little bit, you can still track the companies which are new. Doesn't really require any new work, or it doesn't get you 10x the work. Does a 10L from a 1 crore 10x? Yes. But does the work 10x? Of course not. You're just monitoring companies, and almost the same companies. You're just doing the same work, you have the same strategy, you have the same setup, everything is same. Just the amount differs, the number differs, and that's good for you. Nothing bad for you, right? But on the other hand, if you're running your own business and if you move from 100 piece production to 1,000 piece production, now it can be any piece I'm taking, for example, be it a cloth, be it an auto part, be it furniture, whatever you manufacture. If you're moving from 100 piece manufacturing to 1,000 piece manufacturing, you will definitely need more labor, a bigger space, more electricity, more capital, a lot of more things, so 10x the production, 10x all the things as well. You need, for example, 10 people are doing that job. Now 100 people will do that job, right? Maybe how do you say? Maybe a room was doing it. This big room was doing it. Now 10 this big room would do it. So it will all be 10x, right? The area would be 10x. The people would be 10x. The requirement for the cost would be 10x. How do I even tell you? I mean, every single thing goes 10x. No, even the electricity or whatever it is. So I mean, it just gets tougher for you to move forward. It restricts you to scale. People do it. I'm not disagreeing to it. People definitely scale their businesses. If they weren't be scaling, then how would we be investing in these businesses, right? So there are people who are scaling, but usually those are big groups. For an individual to scale, especially when he or she is young and has a very less capital, is very, very tough. But doing that through investing is much easier and much more flexible, because the work is also the same. Whereas in a business, work also goes much more, because now you have to manage all the 10x that you've done, the 10x labor, the 10x land, the 10x electricity, the 10x cost, the 10x raw material. You have to manage it all, because now the work is 10x as well. But in investing, you do not have to do that, because you have to monitor the same companies and just the numbers differ. Well, that's the first point which I love about investing, and I read it from this book. And the second one now is even more interesting. Now this says that equity investing provides you flexibility to switch businesses at your own will. And now it's interesting and it's important as well, because you see businesses work in maybe cycles, or there are sometimes very good patches or phases for a business or a sector in general, and then there are downturns as well because of some regulations, or because of some government norms, or because of maybe high costs. There come times, right? There were times when banking was doing very well, and maybe pharma was poor. Now pharma is doing well, banking is poor. These things keep happening. I'm not talking about the markets in general, but also general businesses outside of stock markets. Just giving you an example, maybe it could be bank, it could be IT, it could be auto, pharma, whatever it is. Things go up and down very normally in few years or few cycles. But now when this is happening, you would definitely want to switch to a business which you think is outperform the one that you are holding. So if you are holding a business which is an FMCG business and you think this business is not going to perform very well, you want to switch to a business that's going to perform well, which might be a bank, which might be an auto, which might be IT, whatever it is, you would want to switch. But can you switch being a business owner? Of course not. There's no option that you go from an FMCG business to a metal business tomorrow if you're a business owner. But if you're an investor, you get this perk because you can switch from an FMCG company's shares to a metal company's shares. You can simply sell the shares with the click of a button and buy the shares with the click of a button. So you see, if you know what you're doing, you can do that very easily through investing. But even if you know what you're doing, it's tougher to do when you're the own business owner. That's what the hurdle is. So there are just a few hurdles and restrictions. Otherwise, owning a business is not bad, of course. If there were no business owners, how would we invest, right? So owning a business is a superb job, but only when I think you have a vision that no one else has, or you have something very unique that basically there is no listed company in that space, or each listed company is not really better than you. In fact, if I could say that, there should be something different, no? Otherwise, you could simply invest in a business that is similar to what are you doing, and you'll still make the same money because you're getting a better business at a better price, without the setup, without doing the work, without the labor, without anything. So if you're getting the same money without any effort and still participating in a similar business, why not, right? So only do a business on your own when you have such a vision that beats everyone else. Otherwise, it's, I think, a waste of time, no? Just invest your money, the same capital you invest in a stock, which does the same thing for you, but you are now not doing nothing after investing. So you see, these are the perks of investing. And well, that's what we just discussed, which were the 2 points. Now, if you want, I can share the third point as well. And this one is also, again, very, very good, very, very interesting, which I also mentioned 2 minutes back, that you can get your business managed through different people. No, why do you even want to manage your own business? So if I'm investing in Kotak Bank today, I know the chairman or the CEO or whatever you call them, the manager basically of the business, the owner, if I could say, is Uday Kotak ji, and he has the vision behind Kotak Bank, and his vision will run the company further as well. So if I believe in his vision, I can basically invest in his company directly by buying shares of the same, and then under his vision, my money is growing. So if my belief on his vision is right, my money will grow. If my belief on his vision is wrong, my money will not grow. But you see, if my belief is there, I can basically even choose the topmost business manager of the country to work for my money. And I'm not paying him for my money, not at all that. But what I'm saying is, I'm an investor in his business, so I get a chunk of whatever he is doing. So whatever Uday Kotak ji does for Kotak Mahindra Bank, we also get a chunk of it, no? So you see, if you see that ways, then you can basically get your money managed by top business managers of India. Be it investing in stock like Reliance by Mukesh Ambani ji with his guidance, or be it the Tatas by Ratan Tata ji, or whatever or whoever's vision you believe in, you might invest in their company directly. And please note, this is not a recommendation. Definitely, I'm just sharing an example. Whatever I speak here is only for educational purposes. Please note that. And I think you are definitely well educated about the same. That of course I'm not giving stock tips here. But anyways, let's move forward. So this is another perk, that you get your business managed by the top businessman of the country. In fact, your capital managed by the top businessman of the country. Again, you need a fourth point. If yes, the fourth point is wonderful and one of my favorites. As we spoke about the hurdles and restrictions, now the biggest hurdle comes in. When you're doing a business like liquor or like pharma or healthcare, then it's a serious business and it might impact someone else, because these are products which might be addictive. These are products which might benefit their health. So we need a lot of licenses and certifications from the government or from an organizational body from above before we open up a business. Because for example, I'm selling a medicine. I can't really just make a medicine right now and sell it to you, right? If it's not a great medicine, or if it's not done the right way, it might harm you. And that's why we need a certification or license from the same. So that is a big hurdle in opening a business in these sectors. But again, if you are an investor, you can invest in a company like Lupin or like a Cipla or like a Norpen or whoever has these licenses already, and they're already making these beautiful medicines. So why not just directly invest in them if you have the same vision? As I said earlier as well, this is not a recommendation. And also, as I said, if you have the vision, you can definitely open up a business. If you have a vision for a specific different medicine, then definitely go for it. But all I'm saying is, it creates a bit of hurdle or restriction for a business owner or an individual like us, a normal retailer like us, like you and me to open up a business like this. For big groups, it's fine. But for us to make it very large like this creates a bit of a problem. And investing in equities makes it much easier because you get a flavor of the business you want to participate in by sitting at your home, by not doing the work and by not setting up anything, by just providing the capital for the same and buying the shares for the same. And again, the capital is also of your choice. This is another perk. You could say this is the fifth perk as well if you could count that there is no minimum or maximum amount. You could choose your investment amount according to your own will, which might not be the case in a business because there is a basic cost of setting up a business. I'm talking about mainly physical businesses. Definitely online ones are beautiful. They're beautiful concepts which do not cost much of money. But in physical businesses, when you're manufacturing something or something of that sort, so you basically have an office area, again electricity, again rents, again salaries, again so much more. So even if you have a very basic setup, it will cost you a basic amount, a minimum amount if I could say that. But buying stocks starts with as low as 100 rupees. So it's upon your will. So you see, these are the 5 main perks that I think makes equity investing more beneficial than running your own business. Again, I repeat, I am not saying do not run your own business. Please do so. Only then you'll be able to invest in equities. Go for your businesses, but only when you have a vision that no one else has come up with, or you think that no one else can do better than you, because otherwise there is no point. You should be the best, or otherwise you can invest in a normal business of that own sector from the markets itself. So why not take that much stress? So yeah, I hope you got my point. I hope you got this book's point, which is you can compound. It was massive understandings in this book, and that's why I made a video on this. So these are the perks. If you are an equity investor, you could relate. If you are wanting to become one, now you know that why should you become one. So what are you waiting for? Start investing, but only start with proper knowledge. I wish you all the best. Learn well, keep growing, keep knowing, and keep following, keep supporting. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.